Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today, my colleague Arvind and I will discuss about various applications and industries where permanent magnet devices are utilized. We will also focus on using EMS software to do a magnetic study and compute and visualize forces in a magnetic wheel. Today, from EMWorks team, Arvind Krishnan and myself, Cal Dasaroju, will be presenting this webinar. Before discussing our today's agenda, let me introduce us. My name is Cal, and I am working as an account manager for EMWorks. I primarily handle commercial sales and marketing activities for our company. My colleague Arvind works as a director of product management. He is also an expert user of EMS solution and has extensive knowledge in low frequency electromagnetics. Feel free to write down our details to email us afterwards for any inquiries. You can also connect with us over LinkedIn. Moving on to the agenda of today's presentation, we will be discussing briefly about various products offered by EMWorks and applications of permanent magnets in different industries. Then my colleague will present the technical part of this webinar. At the end of the technical presentation, I will talk about various learning resources offered by EMWorks for its users. I will also announce a limited time offer for today's webinar registrants. Talking about EMWorks products, we offer 4 products with various add-ons covering frequency range from DC to light. Our first product is called EMS, which is used for electric and magnetic field modeling for low frequency applications. It covers many applications like insulators, cables, bus bars, permanent magnets, actuators, circuit breakers, transformers, and electrical machines. Our second product is called HFWorks, which is used for electromagnetic simulation of RF, microwave, high frequency and high speed electrical and electronic devices. It covers applications including wide range of antennas, resonators, filters, connectors, waveguides, etc. Our third solution is called EMWorks 2D, which offers static analysis and covers simulation of planar and axisymmetric geometries. Our latest addition is Motor Wizard software, which is a template-based motor-driven software. It offers analytical and finite element analysis of brushless DC motors. In addition to these solutions, we also offer few multiphysics add-ons like thermal, motion, linear statics, and circuits. In today's webinar, my colleague Arvind will use EMS 3D solution to showcase few simulations. Moving on to the licensing structure offered by EMWorks, we offer 3 different programs: commercial, academic, and startup. Each program has its own benefits and requirements. Within commercial program, we offer perpetual license of our solutions, while in the rest of the programs, our licensing structure is usually annual based. The topic for today's presentation is simulation of permanent magnet devices. Through this webinar, we will learn how to set up a magnetostatic study to compute the holding force in a magnetic wheel. We will also see the utilization of parameterization feature to study the holding forces for various thickness of rubber coating used in a magnetic wheel. Please check out our EMWorks webinars page to see videos of any of our past webinars. Now let us see the industries and applications incorporating permanent magnet devices. In aerospace industry, permanent magnets are used in flight control systems, aircraft loudspeakers, flow regulators, magnetic holders for aircraft seats, and magnetic propulsion. Many applications of permanent magnets are found in automobile industry, like in motors, for power steering, fans, seats, etc. Magnets are also used in speed sensors, braking systems, cruise control, doors, and engine control. One of the most important industry where permanent magnet devices are used is healthcare. Magnets are used in MRI scanners, tracking systems, dental instruments, and magnetic therapy. Magnetic therapy is used to improve nutrition of a blood tissue, reduce biological inflammation, improve the sleep status, and can also inhibit malignant tumors. Magnetic systems are also found in industrial applications such as magnetic separators, levitation devices, alarm systems, latches, and pumps. In consumer electronics, magnets are extensively used in microphones, acoustic pickups, headphones, and hard disk drives. So those are some applications of permanent magnets in various industries. Before moving to the technical part of the presentation, I would like to highlight few points. Please mute your microphones to avoid any background noise. You can use the GoToMeeting chat window to type in your questions and we will answer them at the end of this presentation. A webinar recording will be sent to all the registrants in few days. Now I would like to request my colleague Arvind to take over and present the next part of this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cal. Hello, everyone. My name is Arvind, and I will be starting the next part of the presentation right now. So before I start, let me share my screen with you. So what is the technical application that we are going to look at today? What we are going to look at today is going to be called as a magnetic wheel. Now, the magnetic wheel is a part of a larger system. This system is called a magnetic crawler. And a magnetic crawler finds many applications, particularly in the field of non-destructive testing or NDT. Okay. The objective for today's simulation is really to focus on the magnetic wheel part of the system. Now the magnetic wheel serves multiple functions. Okay, we are only going to look at one function that it serves in this NDT application, the function of attaching itself to any steel surface. The magnetic wheel that you will find in these crawlers have to attach itself to the steel. Now the objective of today's simulation are as follows. First of all, we have different choices when it comes to having the rubber coating on the magnetic wheel. The rubber coating on the magnetic wheel serves to protect the magnetic wheel. So when we have a choice of having different thickness of rubber, we would like to go with the maximum thickness that is possible for rubber, because obviously that can ensure better protection of the magnetic wheel. But increasing the thickness of the rubber actually decreases the force with which the wheel can grip the steel. So an engineer has to make a trade-off. At what thickness of the rubber can he actually get a force that he is comfortable with? Okay. As a result, we are going to use the EMS program to really understand how the thickness of rubber that is coated on the magnetic wheel affects the force with which the wheel is able to grip the steel plate. Let me quickly go to SolidWorks. Here, I have the magnetic wheel and a steel plate that I have designed using SolidWorks. A little exploded view of the magnetic wheel kind of tells you what are the various components in the magnetic wheel. We have these 4 little permanent magnets that serve to have the main source of the magnetic energy that is used to grip. We also have these end plates that are made of steel, which actually serves as a conduit for the magnetic flux, and together with the steel plate, they actually close the magnetic circuit. Okay, and these magnets are enclosed within a non-magnetic, say a plastic casing, and these together constitute the magnetic wheel. The rubber, which is a non-magnetic material, actually is not modeled here, and that is because the non-magnetic material rubber can actually be simulated or modeled in SolidWorks as the gap between the steel plate and the magnetic wheel. This is one of the very convenient techniques you can use in simulating electromagnetic devices, where non-magnetic materials can be actually excluded from the simulation, but the effect of it is still can be simulated. Let me go ahead and collapse my wheel assembly so we can go to the EMS manager. Okay. Now the EMS manager is the interface which we use to do the simulation inside EMS. Okay. Now EMS is an add-in product to SolidWorks, as my colleague mentioned earlier. What it means is that the magnetic and electric simulations that EMS allows you to do can be done right inside the SolidWorks, as you see here. Now the EMS manager tree allows us to organize our simulations. For example, I have 2 studies done here, and we will go over them. Okay. Now the first study is, we would like to understand what is the force acting on the steel plate due to this magnetic wheel for a particular distance or the particular thickness of a rubber. Now using this study, I would walk you through all the steps required for you to set up a simulation in EMS. The first step to doing any simulation in EMS is actually to create a study. Here we have created a study, and the type of study that we are using today is called magnetostatic study. The magnetostatic study is one that you will use when you have permanent magnets, as we have in this case, or we have DC excited electromagnets, or a coil which is excited by a DC current, or a combination of permanent magnets and coils excited by DC current. What it means is that the excitation as well as the result, which is the magnetic flux that is being produced, does not vary with time, and hence the name magnetostatics. After we have defined the study, we have to define the materials of the various parts in SolidWorks. Okay. The 4 magnets are made of neodymium permanent magnets, and EMS has a very convenient material database that is completely customizable and which logically aligns and groups material based on their category. For example, EMS gives you a list of permanent magnets which are still categorized based on what type it is. In this case, a neodymium based magnets are mentioned here, and so on and so forth. Okay. So EMS allows you to customize your material library and populate it with your own materials as well. In this particular example, all the permanent magnets are made of neodymium N42. Once a permanent magnet is defined, next we would like to define the direction of the permanent magnet. Basically, tell the program what is the north and what's the south of the magnet. And these permanent magnet directions can be defined using what is called as the coercivity direction. Now, the coercivity direction in this case is along the SolidWorks y-axis. Okay, and you can also see a very nice visual of the direction of the magnet. Now the rest of the materials are extremely simple. We have steel 416 as the end steel, and we also have steel 1010, which is a mild steel variety, which is the plate. Now, if you recount the objective of the study is really to understand what is the force acting on the steel due to this wheel assembly. Okay, and that is requested using this virtual work. Now, by requesting the virtual work on the steel plate, we are asking the EMS program to compute and give us the force acting on the steel plate. Okay, now we have solved this prior to our meeting here. So let us take a look at the results. Okay, EMS can give you two kinds of results. All the results that are quantitative in nature are organized in what we call as the result table. Now the result table tells you the force acting on the steel plate, and the major force, if you notice, is along the x-axis. So the force acting, the steel plate is attracted towards the magnetic wheel with a force of close to around 48.8 or almost 50 newtons. Okay, now this is for a gap, or this is for a rubber which has about 1.5 millimeter thickness. Okay, in addition to the force, we can plot several plots in EMS. For example, here is a plot of the magnetic flux density on the salient parts of the wheel as well as the steel plate. You can see these flux values here. Okay, and this helps you to identify regions in the model that have very high value of flux, so that you can be sure that certain regions in your model don't get magnetically saturated. We will be going over some of the other plots that are there in the next study that I'm going to be showing you. So let us again revert back to our objective. The objective is really to understand how the force of attraction varies as I vary the thickness of the rubber that is used to coat the magnetic wheel, or as I vary the separation between the magnetic wheel and the steel plate. Okay, so to do that, either you have to create multiple designs in SolidWorks with multiple separations, or EMS readily allows us to parameterize any SolidWorks dimension. And that's what I'm going to be showing you next, is we are going to parameterize the distance between the wheel and the steel plate. And that parameter will be varied, and we are going to study how the force and the performance and the flux varies as I vary the distance. How is a parametric study done? Now, it is very similar to the previous study that we looked, which is the magnetostatic study. Here, we have just added the parameter option. So when I go to the study options or study properties, I have several properties that I can use. In this case, I have checked the parameterization property, which means that I can parameterize any SolidWorks dimension, and I can study how the result varies as the dimension varies. Now, everything is same as per the previous example. So we have the same materials for the magnets. We have the same steel end covers 416. We also have the steel 1010 as the steel plate material. So that comes from before. We also request the program to calculate the force on the steel plate, that like what you saw. The only thing that is new is we have to define what are the various scenarios we would like to solve. Now, the scenario that we are going to vary is really the distance between the magnet wheel and the plate, or the thickness of the rubber. Now the thickness varies from 1.5 millimeter all the way to 4 millimeters. Let us say that I would like to study as an engineer how the variation of thickness affects the force of gripping that is achieved between the wheel and the steel plate. Okay, so a SolidWorks dimension is generated as a parameter, and this parameter is varied from 1.5 millimeter all the way to 4 millimeters, okay, in increments of 0.5 millimeters. Now again, as before, I have run all these simulations in one study, and let us go ahead and take a look at the results. What is interesting to me is I would like to see the variation of force as a function of this thickness of my rubber protective layer. Okay, so we notice that we got around 48.6 newtons as the force. So now we can study how the force varies as a function of this parameter. Notice that as the thickness of my protective layer increases, as we expect, the value of force decreases. But what we don't know is the magnitude of that force value, which EMS will be able to readily compute. Notice that for a thickness of about 1.5 millimeters, we already did that simulation earlier, we got around 48, approximately 50 newtons. Now notice that when we get to 2 millimeters thickness rubber, which is slightly thicker rubber, the force actually reduces from 48 close to 33 or 34 newtons. When I increase the thickness to 2.5, I get 25 newtons, and so on and so forth. And finally, at a 4 millimeter thickness rubber protective layer, I get only 13 or 13.3 newtons of gripping force. Let us say that our requirement needs around, say, 30 newtons of gripping force. Then we can actually figure out that both 1.5 millimeter and 2 millimeter thickness actually provides us a 30 Newton gripping force for this wheel. So we can now select a slightly thicker one, which is 2 millimeter thickness protective layer that can actually protect the wheel much more effectively than a 1.5 millimeter thickness. Okay, so EMS, by doing these parametric studies on very effective devices like the magnetic wheel that we saw, helps you in understanding which critical design parameter you can adopt in your design so that you can get the desired effect and the desired objective that you are seeking as an engineer. So EMS also gives you multiple options. So for example, you can look at the value of the magnetic flux density for various thickness. So and compare and contrast with it. In this case, the value of the magnetic flux density when the thickness is only 1.5 millimeters is here. And similarly for a 4 millimeter thickness, the flux, especially on the magnetic plate, the steel plate, is going to be much lesser when the thickness was 1.5 compared to when it's 4. And those values can be visually seen, as well as the values can also be read from the chart. Another favorite plot of mine is going to be the vector plot. Now the vector plot gives you an idea of how the magnetic flux density is distributed in your components as well as in the air region around it. So here is a vector plot of the magnetic flux density, and you can really see the flux being penetrating the steel plate, and that actually creates the attraction or the sticking force that the wheel generates. So as a recap, let me get back to my PowerPoint. As a recap, we saw the simulation of a magnetic wheel using EMS for SolidWorks. Okay. We saw how you can take one particular design and you can study forces and the flux distribution for that design. Next, what we did was we used any SolidWorks geometry as a parameter, and we studied how the variation of this parameter, in this case, the thickness of the rubber coating that is used, and how does it affect the force or the gripping force that we need. And we saw that as we increase the thickness of the protective coating, the force decreases. And we also saw the curvature or the plot of the force decreasing with the increasing thickness. Okay. With this, I would like to turn on the presentation to my colleague Kalyan, who will walk us through the rest of this webinar. Thank you, Kalyan.
Thank you, Arvind. So my colleague used EMS solution to perform some simulations on permanent magnet devices. In this case, it was a magnetic wheel. To give a quick recap, EMS software offers electrical and magnetic solvers. We also offer few multiphysics options in addition to these solvers, like thermal, motion, linear statics, and circuits. EMS software is available in 4 package options: electric, magnetic, professional, and premium. To get more information on the software packaging and pricing, you can connect with me after this webinar. Let us also do a quick recap on EMWorks products and their related applications. Now we can divide EMWorks offerings into 2 categories: applications related to low frequency simulation and applications related to high frequency simulation. Within low frequency category, we offer 3 products: EMS 3D, EMWorks 2D, and Motor Wizard. And these products can be used to design and simulate applications like cables, insulators, bus bars, solenoids, magnet arrays, eddy current braking systems, transformers, and electrical machines. Within high frequency category, we offer one product. It's called HFWorks, and this product can be used to design and simulate high frequency applications like antennas, waveguides, filters, resonators, connectors, etc. We also offer various learning resources for EMWorks software users. In the form of free learning resources with the software purchase and evaluation license, users can access Demo Viewer section of the software, through which they can access many predefined model examples and tutorials. In addition, we post application notes, blogs, and videos on our web page and social media channels regularly. To EMWorks software users, we also offer paid customized training sessions. As I mentioned in the beginning, we have a fantastic offer for those who have an immediate need of a solution and are exploring their options in the market. So for SolidWorks or Autodesk Inventor users and who have registered or attended today's webinar can evaluate our software for 7 days and purchase EMS magnetic package at 40% discount. And this offer is valid till September 15th and is only applicable for a perpetual license of EMS magnetic package. Anyone who is interested to get more information on our products, including evaluation license, quotation, can go to our contact us page on EMWorks website, select the appropriate category and submit your request. And one of our representatives will reach out to you soon. Before we answer your questions, I would like to thank you all on behalf of EMWorks for participating in this webinar. Feel free to contact us after this webinar to get more information on our products. Thank you very much.